So you're a freelancer, and you're trying to figure out ChatGPT, right? You're in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we are going to walk through a practical, step-by-step guide on how to go from zero to earning real money with clients. No fluff, no confusion, just a clear path forward. But first, I want you to do something for me. Just picture it. It's 6 months from now, and you're in the exact same place you are today. Same income, same stress, all because you looked at AI as just a fun little toy instead of a professional tool. This guide is all about making sure that doesn't happen. So how do we make sure that doesn't happen? Well, we've got a roadmap for you, and it all starts by looking at the one critical mistake that trips up pretty much everyone.
All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Get this. A whopping 90% of people trying to use ChatGPT to make money are failing. Just let that number sink in for a second. 90%. What on earth is going on?
Okay, here's the absolute game changer. It all comes down to this. Beginners ask ChatGPT for answers, a quick fix. But the experts, the people actually making the big bucks, they use it to build a system. And let me tell you, in the world of freelancing, quick answers are cheap. It's the reliable, repeatable systems that pay the bills.
All right, before we even touch on the how-to, we've got to get our heads in the right space. This is all about a massive mindset shift, your brain's new best friend.
You have to think of ChatGPT as a skill multiplier. It's not magic. It takes whatever skill you have and cranks it up to 11. So if your skill is at a 1, maybe ChatGPT gets you to a 10. But, and this is the important part, if your skill is at a 0, well, 10 times 0 is still 0. Here's the best way to think about it. ChatGPT is your new super smart intern. I mean, this intern is brilliant. It's lightning fast, it never needs a coffee break, and it knows, well, almost everything. But, and this is a big but, it is completely useless without your clear direction. The freelancers who are crushing it right now, they've just become incredible managers of this intern. Okay, mindset check. Now it's time to get our hands dirty and actually build the system. And don't worry, it's not complicated. We've broken it down into a simple 4-part framework. This is your roadmap. So what are the 4 pillars of this whole system? It's simple. Skill, prompting, positioning, and process. We're going to start with the most important one, your own skill. Then we'll get into how to talk to the AI, how to sell yourself to clients, and finally, how to wrap it all up in a process that clients will absolutely love. Let's dig. First up, skill. And I'm not just talking about being good at writing or design. That's table stakes. The real skill, the one that makes you indispensable, is the ability to think, to structure ideas, and to really, truly get what your client is trying to accomplish. When you combine that strategic brain of yours with AI, you become unstoppable. Next up, prompting. This is where you see the night and day difference between a beginner and a pro. A beginner goes to ChatGPT and says something vague like, write a sales page, and they get a vague, generic result back. But an expert? Oh, an expert provides the whole picture. They'll give it the target audience, the specific pain points, the brand's tone of voice, exactly what they want the reader to do. They even give it examples. Context is everything. Okay, number 3 is positioning. And honestly, this might be the most overlooked and most powerful part of this entire system. Here's the key. Your identity is not, I offer AI services. Please, don't say that. Your identity is the result you create. So instead of, I write with AI, you say, I help coaches turn their social media followers into paying clients. See the difference? You are the brand. ChatGPT is just the tool in your belt. And that brings us to number 4, your process. Look, clients absolutely buy results. Of course they do. But what they trust, what really gives them the confidence to hand over their money, is a reliable, documented process. It shows you know what you're doing. It's why experts can charge so much more. They aren't just selling an outcome, they're selling a predictable journey to get there. All right, you've got the framework now. But I know what some of you might be thinking. There are a lot of fears and myths floating around out there. So let's just tackle them head on right now. First big myth. Oh no, AI is going to oversaturate the market. And the reality? Well, yeah, AI is absolutely going to replace average freelancers, the ones who just copy and paste. But for the strategic freelancers, the ones who use this system, oh man, their careers are about to go into hyperdrive. Okay, myth number 2. Clients will just use ChatGPT themselves and cut me out, right? Well, here's the reality check. Your clients are busy. They don't have the time, they don't have the strategic mindset, and they don't have the skill to execute properly.
Anyone can buy a hammer, but that doesn't make them a carpenter. They're not buying the tool, they're buying your system.
Let me tell you a quick story. It's a tale of two freelancers. The first freelancer, he starts using AI to pump out more work. Super efficient. But he keeps his price the same, like $5 an article. And you know what happened? He just burned out faster than ever. Now our second freelancer, she uses the exact same AI. But instead of just calling herself a writer, she repositions herself as a conversion consultant. She charges 10 times more for basically the same output. What was the difference? It wasn't the tool, it was her thinking. Okay, that's enough theory. Let's talk about what you can do today, right after you finish listening to this. Here is your step-by-step action plan to get the ball rolling. Here we go, your 5-step launch plan. Super simple. 1. Choose one problem to solve. Don't try to boil the ocean, just one. 2. Define one service you'll offer to solve that problem. Get specific. 3. Now you bring in your AI assistant for the heavy lifting, research, brainstorming, rough drafts. 4. This is crucial. Add your human touch. Edit, refine, add your personality. And 5. As you do it, document your process. This becomes your secret sauce, the thing that builds trust. And always, always remember what high-paying clients are really buying. It's not just pretty words or nice designs. They're buying an understanding of human psychology. They're buying decision-making triggers. They're paying for clarity, for predictability, and for the speed and consistency that only a great system can deliver. Look, if you forget everything else I've said, please remember this one thing. It's so important. Learn problem-solving before you learn the tool. Build a process before you write a single prompt. And understand the outcome your client wants before you ever focus on the output you're creating. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Being a successful freelancer, it's not a game of luck. It's a game of systems. The tools are right here, waiting for you. The framework is clear. So the only real question left is, are you going to start playing a game of systems? And hey, to make all of this even easier for you to put into practice, we've put together a handy infographic. You can use it as a quick reference, a cheat sheet, to help apply all these ideas to your own freelancing business.